again, Len David Hart, and I made a video earlier about using a hammer, and I thought I would. Somebody made a comment, one of my friends, and they were like, "Oh, that's a good video how to use a hammer," and so I took it down. But I'm not going to take this video down. I'm going to talk about using a hammer. This is an Estwing hammer. It's made by Malco. It's a red handle. I like these because I can beat on a hammer right here. I can beat on it here, and it's not wood. Wood you can't beat on. Wood are slippery, and this has a little resistance. This will slide in and out of your pouch easily, but yet if it gets turned upside down, it won't come out. A lot of times you're working, it gets turned upside down, and next thing you know, your hammer's gone. A wooden hammer will fall right out. I'm not knocking wooden hammers. If you like them, great, keep using them. But let's talk about using a hammer. Normally you use a hammer up here. You know, you'd use it up here, so you nail something in. But as you get down lower here, eventually you're going to have to use a hammer like this. You're going to have to turn your hammer over. And see how I'm using that? It's almost like a golf grip. Not that I'm a golfer, but it's a golf grip. So I'm going to use it. So I'm going to put this nail in. I'm putting it in. I've got it turned upside down. I can't go like this. I can't keep going down here. So I got to eventually have to turn it over. And I can't stand here and work like this. You know, why would I put a nail in, a slight piece of siding, and then go like this, the whole wall? Why would you do that? You got to turn the hammer over, and you got to be able to use this hammer anywhere in front of you, whether it be up top or down below. Another thing is, if I'm holding the hammer like this, I can control it, and I'm letting it whip. That hammer actually whips in my hand. It's like a drummer. I guess a drummer does that, or even a tennis racket. Now, if I really want to wind up on it and hit it, I only hold it with maybe 2 or 3 fingers, and I let it, all the action is right here. I can swing this little hammer faster than I think a lot of guys can swing one of those big goofy framing hammers. The framing hammers, you shouldn't even have a framing hammer. Framing hammer should be putting nails in like this. That's it. This hammer is no good for that. If you're going to use a framing hammer, or if you know how to use this guy, you can put framing nails in with it, because I use it from here to here. All the action's right here, like a tennis racket. Not that I'm a tennis player. That's how I use this little guy. This is better. I can use it anywhere. Anywhere. It's lightweight. You can get 2 or 3 hits compared to somebody who's using a framing hammer. Normally guys will come on a job, they got a framing hammer, and they're inexperienced with a hammer. And then they're trying to, you can hear them trying to whack and whack and whack. You need a little hammer. That's what I like. That's what I use. You can use what you want. I have a 16-ounce hammer. Estwing. It's got a skinny handle. The more you use them, the shinier they get. They're no good for concrete work. If you start doing concrete work and your hands get a little hard from the Portland cement, look out, because they'll come flying out of your hands. I used to work for a company, and the first thing they would do is see if you had an Estwing framing hammer, and if you did, nobody would get near you, because the Estwing will come out of your hands once your hands get a little hard from the Portland cement. So that's just a little tutorial, or whatever you want to call it, on a straight claw, a rip claw Estwing hammer. This is made Malco, the sheet metal company. That's where I got it from, a siding supplier, but that's why it has the red handle with Malco. And that, again, that's how I use a hammer, why I use it, and why I use a small hammer to do anything. Only time you use a framing hammer, in my opinion, is when you're whacking boards like this. Anything else, it's from here up, you use a little hammer. All right, that's my commentary on a Estwing hammer and a non-wooden handle with a nylon grip. Thanks for your time. This is Lenny Hart.